Well, here's a experiment. I'm not that keen on the Bafang. It has some limitations, so I thought I'd try something different. Okay, watch. The Bafang isn't working at the moment. It's just on there, but seems quite quiet, doesn't it? But if we go around the back, you won't have seen this before. I picked up this motor on eBay for 120, I think it was, so you can get them cheaper. And I made up what you can see here. Big cog, and also here I made this plate and added this 32. I think you get a 30 with it, so but I've done a 32. At the moment no power, just mechanics. Trying to get the chain to line up is the hardest part. I can show you. You can see down there. I don't think you can. So there's the chain, and it's pretty straight. Goes into the cog, which is just fits in the frame. It's very tight, but it does just fit. Can't really see it. It's in there. Held on with Jubilee clips. Anyway, I'm going to pedal it again so I can show you. Give it a good wind up. There you go. Although the chain's loose, it seems to be happy enough. Time will tell when I get it on the road and put the electrics to it. I've put a different speed controller just here, which I've still got to modify. Actually, it's got a bit sticking out at the top here, but that's the controller, and it is just power. Yeah, that's still got to be done. It's all good fun, and as far as I'm aware, it's never been done on a ice trike before. Okay, I thought I'd just explain what this wheel's for. This big wheel that's in the middle of the frame here. It has three important things that it has to do. The first one is that the chain here has to be directly in line with it, otherwise the chain will jump off when the wheel goes backwards, and without that in there, that's exactly what happens. The second thing that it's there for is that you can see through there's a piece of metal just here. I can get it just there. That's for a brake. If you should need a parking brake, then you connect the parking brake to there, and unfortunately if the chain is too tight, then it hits that and rattles, and I don't want to cut it off. I'll leave it there, but this wheel again lifts the chain away from that. And the third, which is also very important, which the manufacturers don't seem to have told you about, is that the chain needs to be loose, because if it's too tight you can't get the back wheel off. You just can't get it off. So you need some slack, and what I've done is it's just sitting, chain is just sitting in that, so it will lift off, and that will give you enough slack to remove the back wheel. So there's 3 important reasons why you need it. I have tried putting springs in here, thinking that I could make this a bit tighter, but in the end I thought, well, I wonder what happens if I just put the cog directly on here, and I was surprised that it did exactly what I wanted. Okay, here's the spring that I was talking about. I'll put that on again. I'm happier with this because there's not so much chain flapping about. It still works. I've got it fixed so that it works in that direction, and it works in that direction as well. And it's very quiet. The only thing I've got is I've ordered another cog, slightly smaller. I think that might work a bit better with it. But it's all experimental to see what happens. Okay then, so this seems to be working fine, doesn't jump at all. I'm going to say put a smaller wheel in there just to make it easier to get the chain on and off, but this spring here works extremely well. It's only a little bit at the moment of play, but with a smaller wheel there'll be a bit more spring in it. So the next job is to wire it up. We've got a cable here I've tied in that's got to be connected to the controller, and we'll see if it works. Okay, this is what they call a hookup, just to see if I can get everything going. There's very little information on the wiring, so I've gone by colours, and the first time that I tried this, nothing happened, and I was scratching my head for a while, and then I noticed that there was one couple of cables, couple of wires, which a red and a blue, and it said an on-off switch. So I thought, well, I'll connect it up to the original piece down here. So I checked first of all which was on and off, and then I connected the wires, and I thought, well, still nothing happening. But when I twisted this twist grip, this is what happened. It works. Okay then, all finished. I've taken the Bafang off, put the chain set back. I haven't got 10 speed at the moment, just 5 speed, but it's got a 36 on the front, so I think that should be alright with electric. Okay, and then over here I've tidied up the wires. I think that'll be okay. Sleeved it all, and got this going to a certain extent, but not completely. But wheels off the ground, just make sure. Yeah. Yeah, I can press the button and then twist the grip, and it works. If I press the button again, twist the grip, nothing happens. So it does turn it on and off. But the LEDs, these LEDs don't light up, and at the moment I'm a bit confused as to why. That's something I'll have to look at, but when I'm cycling I can't see those LEDs anyway, so and I'm only going to use it when I really need to. I've got a massive battery, so I shouldn't have any trouble. So we'll go out in the open road and we'll see how it goes.